I'm not antagonistic to them. I'm not hating anybody or upset with anybody. I just want them to realize that they cannot treat people like that. I was the property, transport and security officer. My duties included all of NEPA's assets in terms of beach properties, offices around the island, the maintenance of the buildings, basically motor vehicles. I was responsible for motor vehicle maintenance, motor vehicle assignments, and security at the offices, and also for safety in terms of, for example, hurricane or earthquake preparedness, that sort of thing. So those are basically what my duties entail. So I have to do a lot of drills and things like that for disaster preparedness and procedures and all of that.
So you had to do a lot of monitoring, site visits?
Yes, I had to do site visits very regularly. As I had mentioned to you earlier in the other interview, when I went blind, I just asked them to let me go out with someone who would just be my eyes, and this was a part of my staff, and just for maybe about 3 or 4 times for the month, because I know in my head, like the back of my hand, what all the properties look like, and he would just let me know what he sees, and I would say what is that. But they told me no, they refused it, and so I had to. On weekends, I still needed to get the work done, so I would go with my wife, and she would be my eyes, telling me what is, So even in my blindness, I did a lot of renovation work, construction work, on beaches, on NEPA's properties, within budget, never went out of budget, never a variation, and I got very good commendations for it, even when I was blind. So that was the basic part of my duties.
Right. So even if let's assume the agency said that, notwithstanding you're perhaps interested in continuing to do so, they may think that maybe for your own safety, as well as for whatever other reason, that maybe they don't agree with you continuing that role. But you're saying that they never offered you another position.
They never offered me another position. They never offered me another position. And I can understand if they have a problem, because I'm not going to sit down and argue. If you have an opinion, you have an opinion. You can only go by my record. And if my record is not speaking to you, it doesn't mean that I'm laid up in bed. I can't do anything. I can't move. So even another position makes me able to work.
Right.
Yeah. If you don't want me to do that, I'm not going to quarrel with you, because that is your opinion. And if you think that my record doesn't make much sense to you, then we can discuss that somewhere else.
Okay. All right. And you had gone through I suppose what do they call it? Using assisted reading or.
Yes. At the Jamaica Society for the Blind, I did a 12-week course in the use of the computer. And also I got an iPhone from my brother abroad, and that also helps because it caters more to the blind. It's been very hard though. It's been very hard, and I lost a lot of confidence when I was told to go home, and a lot of my dignity, and it built back slowly. With the Jamaica Society for the Blind really helped immensely in that. And I'm back to myself, basically.
So, what has been the impact on your family, for example?
That's been very difficult. If it wasn't for my wife who stuck with me right through, I am almost sure that I'll be homeless because there's no income coming, no landlord is going to sit down with me and say, okay, you know. And my son helped where he could. My wife has been with me, taking me to my appointments, my medical appointments. I am on dialysis. I was on it when I was at NEPA. She takes me there. And she does everything. She's just, I can't say anything. I don't know the words to use to describe, but if it wasn't for her, I don't know what would have happened to me. And she built my confidence immensely. It has been hard on the family because I was the major breadwinner, and so we have had to struggle a lot. We have had to take charity, if you want to call it that, from other family members. But it's not the same as earning your own.
How has that made you feel about NEPA?
About NEPA?
Yes.
Oh, about NEPA, all right.
The fact that you were treated the way you were treated,
right, I was
by an entity that you had spent so many years of your life
right.
with.
I was treated that way by a few. So it's not, I'm not going to say it's NEPA in the sense that it was all of NEPA, because there are people there who supported me, there are people there who you know, it's the top management of NEPA was a problem I have with them. I'm not antagonistic to them. I'm not hating anybody or upset with anybody. I just want them to realize that they cannot treat people like that.